Hi, everybody. This is Zephaniah Francois, the founder of Kingdom Child. And I wanted to get on here and kind of share a little bit of background about myself and what emotional health awareness is to me. So, emotional health awareness is rooted in my personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And it's something that's been very passionate and close to my heart because well over 10 years ago, in my 20s, I remember coming to a place in my life and realizing that, I had desires. I had established or began to establish a vision in me, and I had a better understanding of who I wanted to become. But one of the challenges that I faced was my being an emotional being, right? So understanding the value of being healthy in an emotional sense was something that it was like something that kind of just happened in me, that awareness. Like I understood how the connection between my potential, who I desire to be, and the integrity of my emotional health came hand in hand. So what did this look like for me? If I made a mistake, be it in school or in a relationship, I started being more self-aware. I started paying attention to how long it took me to recover. I started paying attention to what my recovery looked like. So okay, I recovered. What is my mindset? Have I adjusted my way of thinking? I started to pay attention to my outcomes. Now, all of this is tied into my emotions because, the way I function in the world is a reflection of my emotions. That's what I believe. So, emotional health awareness became a thing that I began to observe in myself through my relationship with Jesus, because he's the one that gave me the insight of who I was and, who I was becoming, or just really insight about myself and insight about how to better navigate through the world through experiences. So, the next part, the other reason why emotional health awareness is very important to me, very close to me, is because as I started learning this for myself, I started observing other people and how people interacted with each other and navigated through the world, and how they navigated through, challenges and trials. And one thing that I continue to observe is a lack of emotional health awareness, right? So what it may look like is someone may go through some type of trauma, and instead of them being developed or equipped to better navigate through similar situations, or just move forward in a way where they understand that this is something that happened to me, I started to observe how that trauma became that person. So it became more of a definition of them versus something that was able to develop them, or something that was able to even, teach them, or even equip them to come along someone else and support them. So, emotional health awareness for me is really the idea of taking personal responsibility for yourself, and we are all emotional beings. So in doing that, it's the idea of assuming personal responsibility for learning how to manage your emotions, right? Learning how to discover what they look like. And I've designed two tools to help facilitate that, to help kind of bring that to awareness within yourself. Emotional language, which is the idea of understanding that your emotions, they speak, they have a voice, and they absolutely want to be heard. The other tool I designed is experiential language, which is the idea of understanding that your experiences have meanings. And the good news with that is you're responsible for going in and defining that, right? So instead of experiences becoming us and defining us, we go in and we define the experience, right? So we have the privilege of saying, you know what, this experience doesn't have to mean this, especially if the outcome is, myself, me being the collateral, or if the outcome is the idea of, well, I'll never be able to do this because I had this experience and this happened to me. So all in all, the tools have been designed to kind of help support an individual to become emotionally aware and more functional, and just understand how their emotions are functioning, and how important and the value of having that relationship, that love relationship with yourself. As well as just raising the awareness, understanding that the root of any mental health is in our emotions, right? A lot of relationships that have been broken. When you look around the world, the trauma that people are experiencing, the crimes, all of this is rooted in, a person's emotions. So just bringing the awareness all over the world is something that is passionate to me, and something that is my purpose. I believe it is my purpose, and I am committed to doing my part and making an impact. So I wanted to share that with you. I also wanted to encourage anyone who wants to participate in this initiative. I have created a GoFundMe account, and the goal I have is very ambitious, but I serve a mighty God, and I'm truly believing that I'm going to have more than enough. So the GoFundMe account, the goal is $600,000. If you're led, if you know anyone who wants to get involved, I just encourage you to click the link in my bio and be a part of my initiative. Now, remember, this is just an initiative. This is just the beginning. So this is not even a destination. This is the beginning. This would be you all investing in me, how I've invested in myself, and how I intend to invest in others, right? So this is just a beginning. This is like a surface level, and it took a lot for me to sit before God and to sit before myself and be transparent enough to write in great detail what I intend on doing with those funds and my why behind it. But God gave me the courage, and here I am presenting it to you all. So if you're led, if you know anyone who wants to partake in this journey and this mission, again, it is an initiative. It is not a final destination. I want to encourage you, and I want to thank you in advance. Click the link in my bio, and you all have an amazing day. And I will be back on here again to talk more about emotional language, emotional language, experiential language, emotional health awareness. And again, pardon my progress. I'm overcoming. I'm facing and overcoming some things that have been kind of in the way, like the idea of being in the camera. But the latest revelation that God has given me to kind of help me, and I'm just being transparent because this is what emotional language looks like, is don't see people, see me, right? So I have to get on here and channel the idea of, okay, don't see people, I have to see God. I'm speaking to God. I'm literally putting out what he's put in me and giving it back to him and sharing it to the world, right? So I hope you all have an amazing day, and I hope this message has encouraged or inspired someone. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have a desire, commit yourself to it. Commit yourself to it. And understand that it will manifest, right? The how is not our responsibility, but the idea of knowing who you are, knowing what you want, writing it down, and running the race, meaning plan, prepare, and participate. Plan, have an idea of what you want to do or know what you want to do, right? Prepare, meaning what is your responsibility? How can you contribute to this, right? If it's out of your control, if it's something you don't have, then it's not something that you have to do. But preparing would be the idea of making room for it, and participate. Be conscious, be aware. How can you participate? Understand that God is perpetually, he's always active and moving in our lives, right? So is he sending someone, be it through a relationship, whatever the opportunity may be, if you're conscious and aware, you'll know and find ways where you can be actively participating in the manifestation of the thing that you desire. So I love you guys. I want you guys to have an amazing day, and we will talk soon. Later. Bye.